lose for having an Ash skin. That's a little harsh, especially
no, that particular one there.
They're up against double legendary skin bottom lane too, and that's just OP.
All right, well, we'll see how they do. Looks like TwistFate already has his gold card. He will be teleporting into the enemy nexus to kill everyone. No, I guess that's not going to happen.
He's not the blind monk.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's not in his fate.
No. Oh, I see what you did there.
All right. So, will we have some level 1 action? I don't know, man. I just don't see it happening as... well, I feel like TBF does have that stronger because it is up to those stuns, really, for level 1 ganks to be very successful. Let me take a look at their summoners. Let's see. 2 exhausts. They've been really favoring these exhausts. How many on this other team here? No exhausts over here. Yeah, I noticed that TGF really likes their exhausts.
I think they have one on Nunu, and that's about it. Yeah, they have 1 exhaust on Nunu. Oh, actually, no,
2.
they have 2.
No, I got one on Koala as well.
Oh, right. So everybody's favoring their exhaust in this game, it looks like.
Yeah, TGF, I feel like they've had double exhaust every game, and my memory might suck on that, but I feel like they really use that well on their ganks.
I mean, we did see that the jungler kept using exhaust and they're going to gank up top against Yorick in game number 1. So those exhausts definitely a fan favorite for junglers, definitely a fan favorite overall for TBF. And I think it's really also added to their pressure on that bottom lane. As you saw Ashe and Sona in the beginning of last game, they had that exhaust and were keeping Alistar and Vayne at bay because every single time Alistar and Vayne thought they could go out, they had a volley, they had an exhaust, they had something just to deter them and push them back under the turret and let them farm themselves back up. So, yeah, I had to agree with you. Those exhausts are doing a lot of work for them. But right now, no level 1 shenanigans, which could play in favor for TGF, Team Green Forest, because last game, no level 1 shenanigans meant that they had a very, very strong early game and were not counter jungle nearly as hard as they were in game number 1. So we have to see if the same kind of precedent sets itself for game number 3, Colby.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited about this. I think that but I want to keep an eye on this middle lane here, as this could go kind of in neither of their favor. Of course, TwistFate has to be really careful he doesn't get shut down by those ganks. Of course, on bottom lane, I don't know who's gonna win this, to be honest. I think they're both really strong lanes, but obviously Liquidity and Pinku just showing that they are very, very strong at bottom lane in these past 2 matches. And I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see if it's going to hold true on this one as well.
Yeah, I'm actually very interested to see how Liquidity takes his Kog'Maw at the early levels. His Kog'Maw is notoriously known as a very weak early game champion. He really needs to be protected as he gets to like that hyper carry state at the end of the game. We can already see him opting to go for Bio-Arcane Barrage at level 1 just to give him a little bit extra range to get those last hits in. The thing is with Nunu, he is going to be having a higher attack speed and movement speed, but Nunu does not offer him the sustainability that a choice like a Sona or an Alistar or somebody would give him in a heal. But the same thing for Ashe. John is going to be able to give her a shield, but if she's taking pot shots from this Kog'Maw's Bio-Arcane Barrage left and right, she is also not going to be able to heal herself back up. So we could possibly see 2 champions that like to play a little bit passively play a very aggressive bottom lane just because there's no real heal besides the summoner heal in this bottom lane.
Very true. And right now, they're just working on pushing and farming. I think that Ashe knows she is fairly safe with that pushing so far. And so that's what they've been doing. And that's exactly what TGF did against them the other time when TGF had Ashe. So, of course, they don't have ward just yet, but it looks like now that the lane is pushed, that Jan's going to go just hang out in the bush and look for her opportunity to do the same thing. Or by do the same thing, I mean put a ward down.
And we could see here that this Ashe composition, no matter what team it has been on, has done a really great job of pushing Kog'Maw back to the tower. And we can see something going on in the middle.
This could be a gank early on here. Will Swift go down to this? If Red Eyes can get into range, nice stun coming down. And I don't know if this Ignite is going to be enough to finish out Swift, but looking from behind, Koala looks like he could pick up a kill on Red Eyes. Exhaust being used, and there it is. But a lot of creeps here. He's going to have to be careful because those are going to hurt. So yes, he will just back right on off. 2 says, wow, look at that. Trix almost dying to an Orb of Deception from Swift. And that could have been pretty bad if he accidentally failed to that one.
Oh, and Trix looked like a little bit of a misclick. He got a red card down on Ari instead of a gold card. That could have spelled death for Ari in first blood if he had gotten the gold card instead of red card. But no, only getting a slow instead of a stun. And just the damage output from Maokai at low levels, not enough to melt down Ari in enough time. So she was able to live. And Mundo getting dangerously close to picking up a kill, if not a double kill, as he came in for the counter gank there. But a little bit of a minion wall kind of stopped any advance for that.
Yeah, so kind of good job there. Good job, minions. Real support.
Taking one for the team, guys.
I haven't really been looking up top. I don't feel like this Cannon's going to be in too much trouble. Kuhn's probably just doing his best to farm it up without getting too low, and he's got that shield to help him out as well. Right now, Trix in actually a bad spot. Swift already back to full health. Of course, is out of mana, so I'm guessing he wants to push that down as quick as he can and just go back to base and buy himself some Dorans.
Yeah, both of those people in the middle lane already used all their health potions. Lee Sin up top has used 3 of his health pots as opposed to Kennen, who's only used 1. So that Kennen is obviously with the range and the stacks from his passive going to be able to harass down Lee Sin a little bit better than Lee Sin can harass on him. But bottom lane, meanwhile, Ashe is yet to use a single health potion, whereas Kog'Maw has already burned through 2. So that aggression from Ashe on the bottom lane must not only be a liquidity and Pinku thing. That Ashe pick on the bottom lane with those volleys, a lot stronger than a lot of people may have previously thought. As you know, we could see people like in TSM just picking Ashe and really doing a lot of damage with it. So she could be a very viable pick, especially with this Janna shield. She's just going to be getting all the extra damage that she can on those volleys in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I've seen a lot more Ashe. Is that, you know, one thing that you don't see here in America a lot, and is apparently very popular in Korea, is a lot of people are playing Ezreal. That's what I hear.
Really?
I think they really like their poke comps, from what I gather, and Ezreal tends to be a big part of that. So I don't know exactly. I haven't seen them play, but that's just what I was talking to some people about it. That's what I've heard. Wow, look at this damage coming here. Kog'Maw really doing work on Ashe there, taking her down pretty low, but that one volley just hits him real hard, square in the face, and you know, pretty nice little trade for them overall.
Yeah, all in all, but as you mentioned that Ezreal pick, I can kind of see that. We've already seen people like Cutie Pie, who on Dignitas specializes in playing champions like Corki and Ezreal in that range carry position. He could do a lot of work with them, and I think, to be completely honest, there's a mastery of the entire skill package, because Ezreal has a great poking ability, but he also has superior mobility, and a lot of people are just going to be like, oh, we'll leave it to the Koreans to play a champion that requires a lot of micro. It's not even
Exactly.
It's not even a lot of micro in the case of Ezreal. It's just all about knowing your position and knowing how to maximize your damage output. As there's a lot of debates between, like, oh, well, do you go Trinity Force on Ezreal? Do you go for a straight BF sword build? Which is which?
Yes.
How to abuse that? So
yeah, him and I think if you take a look at him and Corki, it's the same kind of thing. Like, so many different builds you can do.
And both of them just going to benefit different people in different situations. But meanwhile, in this game, we see that Swift has been donated blue buff from Koala's Mundo, as Mundo is going to be going back. Trix on the opposite side of the field has already picked up his blue buff too. So the two middle laners are going to be spamming as many spells as possible. So even though this middle lane is a point of contention, we're just going to see a lot of spells going back and forth. Probably just to farm up on creeps, as even activates a Foxfire to try to melt down the single range caster minion. No, live, little buddy. But no, Foxfire too strong for minions.
So it seems that Swift's doing a great job of dodging all of these wild cards. Same thing for Trix. He's just missing all the orbs. Middle lane, very strong players on both sides here. Of course, once again, I think it will come down to can the junglers get in there and gank that, really making it happen for them. So that's so far it's 8.5. You know, just past 8.5 minutes. No first blood yet. So I want to know who's gonna be the one who falls.
I don't know, but it's going to be very, very dangerous. If Trix can land those cards and can land his his wild cards on top of that, he's going to be chunking Ari for a decent amount of damage. But likewise, on the flip side, if Swift can land a taunt down and a combo onto Twisted Fate will all but evaporate under the power of Ari. We can see right here, she's going down, missing the taunt though, landed the orb as the wild cards go off, so they're kind of just trading damage and trading spells in the middle. Bottom lane, we have some action though, as it looks like Koala came in for a gank and Red Eyes at the same time. Kog'Maw landing ultimates back and forth. Koala has his ultimate pop, deciding to fall back a little bit. So.
Oh, looks like Swift was coming down to help out and might actually kill Trix. Wow, his health gets down to just under 30 HP. Regenerating right now with that health potion, but it was almost destroyed completely. Swift knew that he was going to come down there and try and teleport, and tried to do his best to stop. Almost actually, you know, it was a nice little exchange. Twisted Fate was taking her down pretty low as well. Either way, though, that was very, very close. Almost had that first blood in the mid lane.
Yeah, we have a lot of champions just bouncing off of each other, trying to get kills on each other, getting each other extremely low, getting damage down on each other, and just everyone's refusing to fall right now. We're about 10 minutes into the game. There is no first blood. There's only a little bit of gold difference, about 300 or 400 gold just going in favor because of the farm. A lot of that probably being attributed to this top lane, although Kennen, he has 64 creep score to Lee Sin's 63, but he has not gone back yet. And he has got Lee Sin pushed up against his tower, but Lee Sin doing a really good job of last hitting against the tower. So, you know, he's not doing too bad against Kennen, but Kennen also hasn't gone back yet to really maximize his advantage. And as I say that, Kennen's going to try to make me look stupid and decide to go back and maximize his advantage.
That's pretty funny. I was just really excited after watching Ari. I mean, that's just exactly how you counter out a Twisted Fate. He would have definitely gone down to the bottom and probably gotten a kill onto somebody, but Ari, you know, she knew that. She saw that fight happening on bottom, and she's like, okay, I know exactly what's going to happen with Twisted Fate. He's going to head down there. She followed him, and she almost should have had that kill for sure. She was literally an auto attack away from getting it, but
doing such a great job of following your lane, and when you have the reaction time that quickly, that is what you need to really combat against Twisted Fate. The thing is, his ultimate not nearly as long as a range as it used to be, so he does have to leave lane in order to pop that ultimate, and if you can react before that little thing goes above your head to signify he is teleporting in, you can get a jump on Twisted Fate and do exactly what Swift did there, denying him the teleport in, almost acquiring a kill, because Twisted Fate, not the most resilient of champions, does not have a lot of HP and is really, really squishy. So once again, great job by Swift just predicting where Twisted Fate was going to be and making the best out of it.
I like that there. Liquidity said, hello Malachi, we have a word, we know you're here. I'm just going to pop this right on top of your head so that you leave me alone.
That was just a warning shot. Next time, you're getting the full combo.
Yeah.
You see that, actually, as I said before, kind of make me look like a little bit of a fool, went back and picked up the entire Will of the Ancients in his first trip back. As that prompted Lee Sin to go back and pick up a Wriggles Lantern. So Lee Sin, 102 armor and 77 magic resist on this build, as he has acquired a null magic mantle in one of those backs as well. Going for those Mercury treads. He's actually in a decent position against this Kennen, so Kennen might not have as much of an advantage as he thought he did. Lee Sin's actually dealing a decent amount of damage and doing some work, even ahead in that CS war after Kennen went back.
Yeah, so right now it should be a lot easier for Kennen though. He has the full Will of the Ancients. He can just farm that up, no problem. He's not really too far behind, and I want to see how we're doing on the other lanes. Let's see. I haven't even taken a look at the farm. Obviously,
oh no, top lane.
Okay, top lane.
We saw Kennen pop his ultimate down there. I'm sorry, I was actually taking a quick drink of Mountain Dew and decided to spit it back out because there was so much action. Kennen popped an ultimate. Like I said, Lee Sin looked like he was doing A-okay, but I totally forgot about the fact that once Kennen lands a stun, Lee Sin is dead in the water, and that is exactly what happened up top.
Yeah, so he did fall to that. It was a great gank from the Malachi coming in. And another one coming into the middle lane here as Swift is going to flash away, but does get hit in the arrow, picks up the kill.
Wow.
Wow, sniped there. What a great combo of abilities, and they will go straight for that dragon there. Finally, this game is starting to pick up here at 13.5 minutes as we are, gaining some speed into the match. And will they be able to grab that dragon? It looks like they actually didn't go for it after all. Instead, just giving it up to TGF. This will be their saving grace. They are down 2 kills, but having that dragon will actually put them back even.
Yeah, it's actually interesting to see that Brutal Force just decided to kind of walk past and let Green Forest take that one. Not exactly the kind of thing you want to do after you had such a big advantage from the first 2 kills of the game. First blood, then annihilating the middle lane with a perfectly placed Ash Arrow. And then deciding just to back off and buy items. And now Team Green Forest kind of equalized in gold count because of that dragon. And I don't exactly know if Brutal Force knows that happened right now. I don't see any wards in the area. I wasn't actually paying attention to see if there was an expired ward or anything. But
I didn't see one.
That could just be devastating for them. They could think that they have much more of an advantage than they really do, and that's not only going to be kills for the gold for the people who are involved in those kills, but Team Green Forest just gave everybody on their team a global gold bonus. So now that Lee Sin up top, who actually got killed by Kennen, might just come back to lane and surprise the Kennen with an advantage Kennen didn't expect them to have.
We'll see how they do. He is going for a little bit more of an HP setup here, and they both have the sustain that they need. I think it's going to... Oh, wow. Actually, he's got that giant spell, so he will be going for Riley's Crystal Scepter. Is going to help him out considerably against this Lee Sin. I think that with Maokai coming in here, if he continues to kind of camp these two lanes, it's going to be really difficult for them. But at the same time, Koala doing his best to try and do something here to Trix. Just not really the best ganker against a Twisted Fate. He can easily just stun him, albeit not for long, and just run away. Of course, if he does land one taunt, it's going to be it. That's all it's going to take out Twisted Fate.
Definitely. Like I mentioned before, Twisted Fate, not the biggest and tankiest, buffest champion in the game right now. So if they do land anything on him, he could get down very, very low. Like I said, even an Ahri combo on that middle lane, he has to be very, very careful of, because Ahri's orb is going to be dealing true damage on the return trip, and true damage is not Twisted Fate's best friend.
Not at all. And so right now, they're both kind of taking a little bit of poke here and there, but Swift does have that, that life leech from her ability. You can see that she is, looks like maybe going for just straight up death cap after the 2 Doran's rings. Picked up those Sork boots for an early advantage, in damage and whatnot. So should be pretty strong in any kind of engages that she decides to go up straight up. And the same exact build for Twisted Fate, if you look at that. So I'll play a little bit of trade happening here as there is a gank coming in, and Koala wants to make something happen. Ultimate going to be used. He will get away just fine. And there we go. Twisted Fate, can he get in there and get a stun off? I don't know if it's going to be enough. In fact, probably wasting his time here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the gold card stun down on a champion. Had to just toss it off to a minion. But it is going to force the gank back on from Slayer. Maokai actually not deciding to capitalize on this and applying pressure onto the extended lane of Cogbot and Nunu in the bottom lane, knowing that the enemy jungler was already up top. But meanwhile, there's an Ash Hour coming down. Oh, Ahri almost getting hit by it, and Mundo not getting hit by that one either. So, wow. That was almost another amazing Ash Arrow. That could have prompted Twisted Fate to go in there and pick up a kill on that Ahri. So very, very, very close call for Swift in the middle lane there. He actually decides to go back after that one. Bottom lane, though, we can see here that Calm has opted to go for a Wriggles Lantern first, whereas Ash has gone for the standard double Doran's Vampiric Scepter into BF Sword with Berserker's Grease. So Kog'Maw actually a little bit behind as he stopped to get that Wriggles Lantern. Doesn't have the same kind of movement speed and attack speed bonus so that we saw Liquidity getting in the past couple of games, but he really doesn't need that considering it's negated by the fact that Nunu has Max Blood Boil, so he's getting an increasement in attack speed and movement speed that Ashe only wishes she had from her support right now.
Yeah, very true. We'll help him out against the Ashe with the armor, but here is the gank coming in from Red Eyes. And it just wasn't enough. They flashed out just in time for his Twisted Advantage to not be effective. And overall, he's just going to need to back right back up. But over here, if we look into the Wraith area, there was a kill. Looks like Swift was able to pick that one up onto Twisted Fate with the help of Koala at the same time. So really good job there. Going to shut him down slightly and probably do some nice damage to this tower. It's already at just over half HP. They could probably take it down before he gets back to stop this.
Yeah, we could possibly see the middle tower going down. Up top, we see Lee Sin applying some decent pressure on the cannon, and actually a little bit of pressure onto his tower as well. So we see right now, Team Green Forest, they take a tower in the middle lane. That is the first tower of the game. That is going to equalize the goal count even closer, just barely behind by a little bit. Kog'Maw and Nunu are now pressuring down on the tower from Ashe and Janna in bottom lane, as that's taking a decent amount of damage, and they're just starting to slowly ride that advantage. Like I said, they are down in the kill right now, but they took the dragon. Their jungle is still unhindered by the enemy team right now. Mundo is being able to farm himself back up to the point that we saw him in the Legion game where he was actually a force to be reckoned with. He's doing a good job of running around for ganks. He doesn't necessarily have all the kills and assists he wants to, but oh, speaking of kills and assists, I didn't even see this, but Twisted Fate teleported into bottom lane, let Ashe pick up a kill on that Nunu, and I was talking about all the good things Team Green Forest is doing. That wasn't one of them.
I'd love to see some kind of notification whenever he pops his ultimate, some kind of like gold thing around the screen or something that'd make it a lot easier. In any case, though, yeah, he did get that kill, and that's just one of those things about Twisted Fate, man. I mean, all he's got to do is find a time where he's open and he's got a chance to run down to another lane, and there's the kill. That's all it takes.
Indeed, we actually see Ahri deciding to go for a early Abyssal Scepter as her first item. Not going for that Death Cap that you and I thought she was going for. Twisted Fate mimicking the entire build as he goes back. Actually, he is going to be going for the Death Cap as he needs the sheer ability power to really be Glass Cannon ability power Twisted Fate. So this is the first deviation of the middle lane builds that we have seen, but Ahri is going to be having 100 magic resistance up against Twisted Fate, where if I click on him really quickly, only 30. So Ahri actually is going to have a huge advantage in these trades right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised. So a lot of times you'll see middle lanes, they'll pick up a big magic resist page, or either that, just going straight for the full ability power, and in this case he is going to be doing that. Another dragon being picked up. This would be the second one for TBF. Well, actually no, it actually went to
TGF. We're getting our abbreviations mixed up. TGF got the first one. TBF will get this.
TGF did not get the first dragon, so that is going to be a 1-for-1 on dragons at this point.
Yes, indeed. And they're going to immediately get out of there as they see that the team is collapsing in on them. A 5 versus I don't know how many because everyone is scattered right now. But very good job just coming in there and actually, you know, stealing the dragon from right under Team Green Forest noses. And, you know, they're right there. They really couldn't do anything about it. And that's what we're talking about, this Twisted Fate. No magic resistance on him, but he had about 220-something ability power last time I clicked on him. It's down to 197 right now because Kennon's Will the Ancients Aura is not on him, but still.
That's a large amount, yes.
That's like 50 or 60 more than Ahri has right now.
And that's fine. I think that Ahri should be good to go. She has a lot more damage potential on a single target she can to lay down. And it all just comes down to that taunt. If she lands the taunt, then that's going to be lights out.
Like you said, as soon as she lands that full combo, Twisted Fate is not beefy enough to tank through one of those. So, very, very dangerous position, especially with the no magic resistance on his build. He is just going to get obliterated by the orb on the way there, let alone on the way back, dealing true damage.
Very true. And look at this. This is interesting. We're seeing a double Aegis build being grabbed here with Koala and Kun up top. So, it looks like they're trying to stack that extra damage and you know, stats that they're going to be getting from the aura.
Yeah, very interesting. That is going to provide Kama with a little bit more of a buffer too, because no matter who he is with, he is going to be getting the extra armor, magic resistance, and damage output that Aegis is going to be giving to him. But it's also going to be something that Lee Sin can utilize against the top lane. Kennen here is going to be getting him armor, a little magic resistance, and a little bit more survivability. He has picked up a giant spell on top of this to supplement all that resistance with HP, so he should be in better shape to go toe-to-toe with this Kennen. Even though Kennen has almost completed his Rylai's Crystal Scepter, has Sorcerer's Shoes, and Will of the Ancients, that Kennen, he's starting to get that little scary kind of place where if he gets in there with an ultimate and is able to stun down on Kog'Maw or Ahri, they are just instantly going to be destroyed by his AoE.
Yeah, he was able to just brute force push down that top turret, with Kun not able to just kill the creeps in time to finish it off. So Kennen doing a great job of controlling that top lane, and he's going to continue to push that down and farm as much as possible. Right now, coming ahead on creep score as well. He's just going to get ahead. And now the bottom lane, if you take a look, Trix now getting exhausted, but will make it out alive. And look at that, Janna just going down extremely fast with the damage from Liquidity. Koala gets really low, but will survive. Now Red Eyes will fall. That's going to be 2 kills for none. And right now they probably will be taking a bottom tower on top of that. If they don't get out, they will be dying to this full health and full mana Ahri with everything ready to go. There she goes, using her ultimate to jump in there and tower dive. That's going to be yet another kill. 3 down. TGF really coming ahead of this one and, you know, picking up their deficit of kills that they were down by. So that's going to put them back in the game, just, you know, really nice. They are actually down on gold, though. I don't know where that's from. Possibly from the tower up top and maybe some creep score, but either way, they're in a good spot, I have to say right now.
They're in a very good spot because 2 of those kills went to Kog'Maw. Not only has he picked up a Fury Fungus, which is going to be giving him increased attack speed and critical strike chance, he has an Infinity Edge, a Zeal, which he just purchased outright, and a Wriggles Lantern on top of those Berserker's Greaves. He also has Blood Boil from Nunu. He is going to be dealing so much damage, 217 on a machine gun body from that Kog'Maw. He red buff on top of that too. Wow, that Kog'Maw right now, 1.3 attack speed without Blood Boil. I'm just actually waiting to see if when Nunu's going to Blood Boil him to see how much that's actually going to be hitting him for. 1.7 attack speed on Kog'Maw with a Blood Boil. He is literally a machine gun. He's going to be melting down champions left and right with that Bio Arcane Barrage. We saw him doing that in that team fight. I didn't expect him to be dealing that much damage with that Infinity Edge. Now on top of with that Zeal, he is just like, oh, he's a small truck right now. I just don't know. I think TGF might have hit that point in the game where if they could just protect this Kog'Maw right now, he is going to literally do all the work that they have to do to combat the team from brute force.
And that's not bad timing on that either. 24 minutes in to have your carry be that completely strong is just scary all around, and Ashe cannot contend with that. I mean, Ashe has got the support, or she's got the utility. However, at this point, it's just going to be like, you know, it's going to be hard to match what Kog'Maw is outputting.
Yeah, definitely, especially because Liquidity, as we said, doing such a great job to continuously outfarm the bottom lane, whether he's ahead or behind. Currently about 31 CS up on that Ashe. They have similar records, although Liquidity has done the best to not die as possible. But just taking a quick look at those gold counts because of that, he is going to be ahead by a couple 100 gold, and that 100 gold, that equates into the Wriggles Lantern that Ashe does not have. Obviously, she has double Doran's Blade, but that Wriggles Lantern and sorry, not Might Stream, that's the red one. The Fury Fungus right now could really just make all the difference between Ashe trying to deal some damage in a fight and Kog'Maw killing her in 2 to 3 shots.
Yeah, it's very true. So I'm curious here what the next move is going to be. Now that it is around 25 minutes, I'm really looking at that Baron, just curious at when they are going to make their move onto that. Both bottom towers are still up. Usually you want to see like bottom towers taken out before you move towards that Baron area. Both teams still have that bottom tower up, so we'll see, you know, if that falls and then they go straight for that Baron, if that's what's going to be the case. You know, right now only like one tower for each team has been taken down, so they are at least doing a good job of defending their towers. Both teams are. Right now, Dragon is up, so it looks like we will see some aggression there as we have TBF heading that direction. All 5 of them there grouped up. They don't have Lee Sin in the area, so they might not be able to actually fight for this Dragon at this point. But they need to be careful. Arrow going to be used. Going to hit a Koala. Not really the target they want to go for. Liquidity trying their best to stay in the best position. Wow, Slayer goes down so quickly as Koala takes him down. Red Eye's jumping in there to try and just escape, but Exhaust is used to get out of there. Trace goes down very fast as well. Now they're going to turn their attention to Red Eyes again and see if they can pick him up before he gets away. Lee Sin, all he has to do is land a skill shot and he will jump on top of him. There's no way he's going to get away at this point, and they will be taking that Dragon. So very good fight. 3 kills there for TGF.
And that was there's just such a good job from Liquidity of knowing where he was. It looked like he got caught out of position at first, but then quickly met up with his team, turned around to face down onto that Dragon. They isolated Slayer by Slayer just trying to dive in on Kog'Maw and his team, not really knowing what he was going to be doing at that point in time. They knocked him out of that fight. Twisted Fate then dove in onto Kog'Maw with a gold card. Kog'Maw just popped the cleanse. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. He was able to just live through that fight, melt down Twisted Fate, and then it just went entirely in favor of TGF. They get a Dragon.
Oh my goodness, Swift almost dying to 2 crits from Ashe.
Yeah, and he actually had to pop a flash over there, so that's a little unfortunate for Swift, but a Dragon, a Baron, and a pair of kills. I'm sorry, not even a pair of kills, a pair of assists for Kog'Maw. 3 kills altogether for the team. Yeah. And TGF just looks to be in such control right now. If Kog'Maw's already dealing this much damage without a completed item build in this team composition, it's going to take the full concentration of Team Brute Force to melt him down before even transferring onto a target like Ahri or Lee Sin in order to make themselves get back into this fight.
That's extremely well said. And that cannon, I want to really take a look like at his death screen. I want to see what killed him so fast, because he literally just instantly disappeared. He used his, I saw the ultimate, and then the ultimate went away.
Yeah, it was just like a quick little flash in the pan or something like that. It was like a quick little scattered thunderstorm, then he was out of there. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to chalk up most of that damage to Kog'Maw, and I'm pretty sure he got taunted by Ahri.
Yeah, I can only imagine. It had to have been a combo from Ahri and him put together, because he died so quickly, and man, there's nothing they can do. TGF is just Look at this. They are a semi truck. They got they're Optimus TGF right now.
Optimus TGF, I like it. They're gonna transform into truck mode and run over TBF base. Is that what they're gonna do?
What is the transformer that's there's like 5 of them and they turn into like this big truck? That's what these guys are right now.
Oh, is that what they are?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank at that one. They kind of look more like the Power Rangers, the Megazords right now.
The Megazords, they're gonna with our powers combined.
Yeah, they're gonna form Captain Green Forest.
Captain Green Forest. There you go.
But right now they just have such a commanding lead over this game as they've made up their goal deficit, running around with this Baron buff, taking all the outer towers except for the bottom one. They're going to be pushing down. They stole blue buffs. They're doing everything that they need to just to get themselves even more ahead in this game. Currently they're going to be going down onto the second tower on the top lane, and I just don't know if Brute Force can really contest it. They might have to wait for this Baron buff to weigh out before they can actually do anything, and that is still just barely halfway over at this point, maybe a little bit more. So they are actually going to have to wait for a while, and I just don't know if they can take the collateral damage to their base that they're about to take.
Yeah, they were doing so well until Kog'Maw was like,
oh,
no.
I'm Kog'Maw now.
He just said no. They got into a team fight, and Kog'Maw, he, you know, he made all the difference. So
yeah, Kog'Maw just said, all right, guys, I'm ready for this fight right now. Let's get going. And then everyone was like, oh, well, it's Kog'Maw.
So Twisted Fate was able to take down a turret on bottom, but that's about all he was able to do. Now trying to defend this turret, Koala will maybe not fall. He is just way too difficult to kill at this point. Good gosh. They did poke down the tower just a little bit, and Koala is going to get most of that HP back from his ultimate, so getting right above the halfway point, so he's good to go and ready to come back for another little bit of poking. But they do probably need to step back after this one. I don't see them pushing it a little bit further. They still haven't taken any turrets on bottom. I'd like to see them do that. Koala definitely going to fall here if he stays in too much longer. If that turret's hitting him, Red Eyes will take him down. Looks like he was the last person to hit him. Ash going to be placing down some damage onto Swift. She does take so much damage from those crits, and they will have to back off at this point. Flash being used, but not in range. Oh, actually he does get a nice little jump onto Pinku. It seems like he's going to fall. Yeah, Pinku falls. Down goes the Kinnan. And Liquidity was able to take him down very quickly. And there's the teleport in from Trix. Can they finish this off? No, they will not be able to. As Liquidity, oh my god, that's just way too much to handle. Ace for 3 kills, and they're just going to finish off the inhibitor.
Yeah, looks like Liquidity and Swift just doing all the damage they can. Once again, Kenna decided to go in there. Slayer just instantly melted under the power of Kog'Maw, under the power of Ahri. They take the inhibitor, they take their moral victory, and decide to recall with this one. They have the middle lane actually being pushed in favor of Team Brutal Force, and the bottom lane kind of evening out a little bit now in favor of Team Green Forest. But like you said, they haven't taken a bottom lane tower yet. I would really like to see them try to focus down on that one next. But right now, if Team Brute Force can, you know, they're able to knock out the rest of the team from Team Green Forest, but they're just not able to get to the problem characters of Ahri and Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw's doing such a great job staying in the backline. He has 2 Phantom Dancers right now, Colby.
Oh god,
this is
retarded. You're gonna have freaking Nunu and double Phantoms. I mean, what do you do?
Nothing much. He has maximum attack speed with Blood Boil on him right now. The interesting thing is Swift on Ahri, he has been activating the ultimate and really diving in onto Twisted Fate and onto Ash to try to pick up kills. But in that fight, Swift had basically maximum HP. I don't know if that was just because of the life leech he's going to be getting from that Will of the Ancients on top of Orb of Deception with an Essence Theft stack on top of it, or if it's just going to be the fact that they're not focusing down Swift and they're trying too hard to focus down Kog'Maw. If they can focus down Mundo and they could focus down Nunu and they could pick up kills on Lee Sin on top of all of that, if they decide to switch their focus onto Ahri and take out one of the damage dealers before they take out the tanks and maybe try to put their focus on Kog'Maw, they might be able to stand up a little bit better in these team fights. I'm only saying this because they can take out 3 out of the 5 members of Green Forest right now. If they take out one of those members being the damage dealer, that gives them a little bit more chance to get maybe 4 or 5 members in a team fight. So they don't necessarily have...
Wow! Look at that.
That was so much damage.
It was just funny watching it. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, I was about to say, it's not like they have less damage than Green Forest, and then that happened, but it's not like they don't have damage. I just think they're putting it on the wrong targets right now, and if they can actually focus together, melt down Ari, or get to that Kog'Maw, they're just going to be in a much better situation, maybe forcing Green Forest to back off of a base turret like this one, or maybe just trying to even win a team fight in that circumstance.
Oh my gosh. Red Eyes almost instantly destroyed, even with that much armor. Look at, he's got 210 armor, but Kog'Maw does not care. And I think the problem is that it's just so difficult for them to get to Kog'Maw. You notice right there, Kog'Maw literally almost killed Red Eyes, and Red Eyes was like not even close to him. Like if they engaged in a fight there, he would have just died before he was able to like do 2 spells onto Kog'Maw. There's Arrow. They are going to go for the engage, hitting the wrong target. Koala actually gets picked up by that. They're probably going to focus the wrong one here. Pinku getting really low, but Janna pushes them all out of the way, actually kind of saving them there. Trix will pick up Swift though, so nice wild card use there. Liquidity takes down Red Eyes, and so that's not looking good in his favor. And Trix only one that is high enough health to stay around and try and defend this turret. Doesn't look like that when those creeps there, he will be able to stay there and handle this.
Definitely not, but they did do a really great job picking up a kill on Ari. Pinku, of course, got very low, actually getting even lower from those wild cards, but Kog'Maw, the machine gun right now, is tearing through absolutely everything. Look at the
Trix almost goes down.
Look at the chunks of damage taken out on Trix, but Pinku and Koala very low.
Oh, down he goes. Ultimate, or not ultimate, but crit from Ash.
Yeah, that very, very hard hitting Ash with the passive, stacking up the critical strike until she actually unleashes one shot, melting down to Koala. Kyun is actually very, very low. Pinku is very, very low. Kog'Maw still at a decent amount of HP, but they are going to decide to back off. They did not even get the inhibitor on this one. So like I said, if they're able to melt down one of those targets, such as Ari, the fight goes a little bit more in their favor. Yes, they lost the tower still, but they did not lose the inhibitor and did not lose everyone on their team like they did in the top circumstance. So right now, it does look like that Green Forest is still in the lead, but Team Brutal Force is doing everything that they have to do to try to come back. And oh no!
Whoa! He even cleansed, but the arrow did not hit. So that was so reactionary there.
Yeah, if that arrow hit on Kog'Maw, cleanse or not, he was going to get collapsed on. They did bait out the cleanse though, so Kog'Maw's not going to have this in the next upcoming team fight, which could prompt Team Brutal Force to do something like this Baron attempt. Here they go. Wow, look at the damage on Janna. Cannon ultimate comes out, and they're getting stuck in a new ultimate. But Kyun, Pinku, Swift, everybody getting so low, but they are not focusing on liquidity. He is going to get dangerously low and actually fall to a Twisted Bait card. Ash picking up double kills on him and Ari. Brutal Force coming back with super strong with a Baron bait there. Don't think Team Green Forest is ready for that one. All of a sudden, a 4-for-1 in favor of Brutal Force, who was on the back foot up until that engagement.
That is exactly what they needed. They've got their footing back into the game, regardless of how strong that Kog'Maw is. If they can continue to catch him and kill him like they did in that engagement, that's going to allow them to come back. Now they've got their inhibitors back up, so they're able to push back out. They do have all of the front towers down. Right now they just need to group up, and they need a strong push. They need to take down that Kog'Maw, and they should finish this up. Still, it's just going to come down to positioning. Can they get up to this Baron in time, and will they be able to position themselves to escape from Kog'Maw's massive amount of damage?
I don't know. They had a very, very good positioning on that one. The Baron bait was there. They didn't actually turn around and take the Baron buff, though, which I think might have been a little bit of a mistake for them. They had a, what was it, a 4-for-1 exchange. They could have possibly taken that and tried to ride out that advantage, although they may just be trying to use it as bait once more to try to set up that impeccable positioning that they had. But now Kog'Maw has picked up a Quicksilver Sash. His cleanse is a little more than halfway through cooldown, so he's at least going to have one crowd control reduction effect to enter the next fight. And that could just mean all the difference between them winning the fight and them losing the fight right now. If Kog'Maw can get out of that hard CC, that Twisted Fate, Ash, Janna, and Maokai are going to be able to land down on him. We see right here that Green Forest actually getting clairvoyance as they looked at maybe go for a Baron attempt. So now we just have this kind of dance of death over by Baron, which might be going on for anywhere from a couple seconds to a couple minutes, as neither team wants to make the mistake. This is the last game in a best-of-3 series in the finals right now, so tensions are high, and the gold counts as close as they could be. It's 14-12. It's an 8-tower-to-3 advantage for TGF, but they're only ahead by a little less than 1,000 gold.
Oh, there's an arrow gonna hit Kuhn. Probably not the target they want to hit with that, but he is gonna take a lot of damage and he will get very low. Does die to Red Eyes, and this is a very nasty engagement. Lots of kills already, 2 down. Kidden has fallen as well, though. He's not able to use his ultimate to full effect. Trix takes down the Nunu, and everybody's getting extremely low. This is going to be a very scary fight. 4 down. Will they get the ace? And they do. They actually ace him. TBF really coming back in this game. Can they win it? They're actually even on kills right now. Don't have enough to actually pick up the Baron, but they are starting to win these team fights. And wow, I just, that's so surprising to me.
It's super impressive the way that TBF is playing these engagements. They are picking out the other champions that they can't focus on Kog'Maw. They are going for Lee Sin. They are going for Ahri. Ahri and Kog'Maw in that fight were staying alive and trying to get positioning, but they keep attacking them from these interesting points of view where if Kog'Maw and Ahri keep trying to go to the back, they're not maximizing their damage output on the carries of Team Brutal Force. So Ashe has been able to clean up fights. Twisted Fate has been able to clean up fights. And now they even have a gold advantage right now. 60.3k to 59.7k. You don't seem like that's a lot, but right now Brutal Force, they're even in kills, down 5 towers. So if they start to equalize this a little bit and start pushing down towers, that couple hundred gold is going to be a couple thousand gold before you can even bat an eye, ColbyCheeZe. And this is going to be, wow, it's just such a comeback after that Kog'Maw from Team Green Forest. I thought they had the deal sealed with that one, but Brutal Force not giving up with one of the most staunch defenses I have seen in a finals match for a long time.
Man, this game is so surprising. I was for sure, I was like, man, TGF, they're gonna slow push win this one, but my god, TBF, they are not giving up lightly. They are fighting with every ounce of strength they have and showing that they are a team to be feared. And yeah, I'm scared right now. I don't know. It's like who's gonna win it? It's just like one small positioning advantage is all it's gonna take. Look at this Kog'Maw. He went triple pot. And is it going to be enough? Can he look at that? Oh, wow, I love this. Look at the buffs on him. He's got Zeke's Herald, triple Elixir, Aegis Aura, and Will of the Ancients.
Wow, Zeke's Herald being picked up by that Nunu. He has all those Aegis. Now Lee Sin, though, with a Maw, the Malmortis, and Warmog's armor, he's going to start dealing damage, which is something that maybe Brutal Force didn't originally account for. But if you take a look, Kennen right now has his Quicksilver Sash, so he's going to be getting out of stuns to deal maximum damage.
They could take this Baron.
Ooh, I don't know. It looks like Green Force is out of position. Last time they were out of position, it resulted in a conga line of death for them, and they do not want to be here, but it looks like Brutal Force doesn't know that not everybody from Green Forest is here, so they're going to bait out this Baron, hiding in this brush, and I don't know if that's a good idea because they do have hawk shots to see where everyone's... Ooh, Kama's going back, so that's going to be a signal for them to go on Baron. I don't know why Kama's going back. He has every single item in the game right now. That's going to prompt Team Brutal Force to take down this Baron. They can't contest it right now. Baron for Brutal Force, and oh my gosh, that might be the power they need to start pushing back the game onto Green Forest.
Well, I don't know what, and there's an arrow gonna hit Kuhn once again. Could this be the engage that wins the game for them? And down goes Janna. Liquidity picking that one up. TGF grabs it, but Slayer is able to kill Pinku, and he's still alive right now, finally dying after getting off most of his ultimate. So far, it's a 2-for-1 exchange. They do have, oh wow, once more, another kill. Liquidity picking that up. This could be a nice little turnaround. TGF getting several there. That's a 3-for-2 so far, and the favor of TGF. And although they did lose that Baron, that was not too bad of them trying to come back and pick up a few kills there from that.
That was such an unintentional bait. Liquidity went back to base. I believe he was just repotting himself back up or something. No, he doesn't even have pots on him right now. He just went back to base. It prompted them to go to take a Baron. Mundo
they're gonna be really careful. Oh my god, that Ashe hurt so bad. It looks like she hit him like twice and killed him, and now there is the whoa Trix. Oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. He literally got 2-shot by that.
That is so much damage from Kog'Maw, but such an unintentional bait in the beginning of that fight made them actually thought they had an advantage. Kog'Maw just kind of came in from base at the last second as the fight began, turned it around, but then Green Forest getting a little bit too confident with their win. They forgot the fact that Twisted Fate and Ashe were up and they had Baron buff. and that is all you need really to win engagements at this point in the game. That Ashe has a complete item build. She has a Bloodthirster, whereas Kog'Maw only has a Wriggles Lantern. She doesn't necessarily have the double Phantom Dancer power that he does, but she has the Infinity Edge and a little bit superior damage. Both of them having that last Whisper. And right now, this is dangerous because if one team loses a member or has just a man advantage or disadvantage, it could spell GG or no GG for them at this point.
Yeah, this is... I'm freaking out at this game right now. This is so crazy. Like,
this is what
I haven't seen a game this intense in so long.
This is what you could only ask for in a finals match in your dreams.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, now we have Mundo picking up a Guardian Angel. He's actually moving on for a Giant's Belt portion of his build, probably getting his own Warmog's armor eventually. Lee Sin has his Maw of the Malmortis. He's getting a Frozen Heart. Wow! And it's going to slow down the DPS output of the Ashe, especially because she does not nearly have as many double swords as that Kog'Maw does. And of course, he does not have the same Blood Boil buff that Nunu could be giving to Kog'Maw. Meanwhile, on the opposite team, we see that Kennen, not only with a Quicksilver Sash now, but a Zanya's Hourglass. So he is not going to be able to be focusing these fights, and he's going to be able to plot down his ultimate for maximum DPS. Twisted Fate, 668 ability power. Has
that
a
Lich Bane is going to be big. Big.
Oh my god, this Janna has a lock into the Iron Solari and a Shirelia's Reverie. We see over here that Nunu has Shirelia's Reverie, Zeke's Herald, could possibly be going for a lock of the Iron Solari, could be going for a Randuin's Omen. I don't know, these builds are near completion. 45 minutes into this game, now I know why TBF had basically an hour-long game against Hoodstomp Grays GG in the semifinals, because look at them claw their way back into this one. They have a 5k gold advantage. Where did that come from? They're still down 4 towers.
Oh my god, I don't know. They've just been... I guess it's got to come from creep score or something, because let me take a look. They've got 2 players above 300 on creep score, and I imagine that's going to be one big part of it. I feel like they've been fairly even on Dragons and Barons. Right now we have TGF coming in here trying to look for an advantage into the jungle. They've got that Oracles. They're placing down wards anywhere that they can. So we'll see if they can actually catch somebody out of position here. I don't really see TBF making any crazy mistakes, face checking by themselves into the bushes. That would be a terrible idea at this point in the game. So yeah, everybody running around as a team, just pushing up, trying to get that pressure down onto the towers where they can. We're going to see the next Baron come up in the next minute or so. And so there's just so many opportunities for this game to go in either team's favor at any point right now. I just don't know. Like, it's so crazy.
I mean, I don't know either. This is going to be a push down on this bottom lane. Mundo leading the charge with his Guardian Angel. There is an exposed inhibitor down here. Wouldn't be surprised to see them maybe try to swap around to the top lane and do the same thing on that exposed inhibitor. But, I mean, this could be the engagement that makes or breaks the game. Shirelli's Reverie
oh my god, he does go onto Liquidity, and that arrow's not going to hit me. Oh, wow, look at that ultimate from Janna. Going to put him way out of position. This could be the win that TBF needs, but I don't know. It's getting turned around quite quick as Liquidity is still alive, putting down so much damage. Chinese Lance doing some work on Swift. Swift goes down. Kun goes down. Chinese Lance really DPS down. This triple kill for him so far. Koala falls, and that's a quad so far. They have 1 left. Liquidity is making his way out of there, and there's the ultimate. He could fall to Twisted Fate. Not able to get the gold card, unfortunately. Does hit him with the wild, though, and I think the Liquidity will just barely make it out of there, putting a slowdown on the Chinese Lance, and yeah, he's just going to waltz out of there and almost dies, but wow, that's that was a sick engage from TBF, and it's exactly what they needed. They're going to be able to take down this inhibitor, and there's nothing that Liquidity can do to stop it.
I don't know. They might be able to take the game at this point. Nunu's the next one up, and that's not for another 20 seconds. That was a 4-for-1 in that engagement down there. They're kind of dawdling around with creeps here, but they focus down on these towers in this Nexus. Liquidity is the only one alive. Red Eyes is going to come in with a twisted advance. Double is going to be going down here.
That's going to be GG.
Oh my god, Brutal Force. What a comeback, Colby. What a comeback.
That's so amazing. That game, TBF versus TGF. TBF coming in game number 3, winning it. And such a very close, very exciting match. One of the best games I've seen in a long time. Definitely well deserved. And wow, I cannot wait for the next cup and to see how they play in the next matchup.
Oh my god, that was just such a great concentration. That Kagwa hit hyper carry status at 25 minutes into the game, and as you can see, we had a 48-minute game, which means there was another 23 minutes of brutal force combating that Kagwa, climbing back into the game. Look at Ash's farm. She has 21.8k. I don't think I've seen a richer character on Summoner's Rift.
Good gosh. Well, thanks everybody for watching. It was definitely a lot of fun. Make sure you go check out Optimus Tom. Go ahead, tell them about yourself and where they can find more about you, man.
All right, I am going to be on Twitter at Optimus Tom. I'm also part of the GG Chronicle community. Find us on ggc.leaguecraft.com. I, of course, have my own YouTube channel over on youtube.com/OptimusTomTV. I have a bunch of League of Legends content you guys should definitely check out. Follow me on Twitter. I always tweet when I'm supposed to be doing work and stuff like that, so feel free to talk to me there. But whew, once again, I got to thank you, ColbyCheeZe, for letting me come on. Thanks CSN and Curse for having this awesome tournament, but I'll let you handle all of those.
Yeah, definitely. Big props out to lolpro.com. So be sure to check out the website. Curse is sponsoring this, making all the prize money available and possible. Also, big props to Cybersports Network for sponsoring such a great tournament and making making these great games possible as well in that sense. So thanks everybody, and